How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Ultimate Collection, Black and White, Volume 3, by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Let's get into it. Story starts off with issue 12, where the Turtles take on a group of survivalists that want to unleash a nuclear bomb. Then we get to issue 14, where Casey Jones, April O'Neil, and the Turtles try to track down a stolen cow statue. Then, in issue number 15, the Turtles and Casey Jones once again team up, only this time they're joined by the Justice Force to take on Dr. Dome? Random. Speaking of random, in issue number 17, Michelangelo helps a princess in feudal Japan? What? Kicking off the Return to New York story arc, we get issue number 19, where Raphael leads a charge as the Turtles head back to New York. In issue 20, the Turtles infiltrate the Foot Lair with an unexpected ally and make a horrific discovery. In issue 21, will the Turtles complete their destiny and finally defeat the evil Shredder, or will he send them packing back to the sticks to lick their wounds? You're just going to have to read and find out for yourself. Overall, I found this volume to be pretty hit or miss. He has some great issues, like the ones where the Turtles take on the Survivalists. Of course, the Return to New York 3-part story arc, fantastic. It really felt like Ninja Turtles were getting back on track with that one. But then you got random ones like Michelangelo and feudal Japan. Although it is kind of set up as like a story that Michelangelo was writing about his heroics or whatever. But so it was kind of framed decently, but it's like, what is this? Is this what I want to read? I don't think so. And don't get me started on the Justice Force issues. Easily the worst issue in the book. But I will say, as with the other previous volumes, we got a lot of fun action here in this volume. Like, for example, the issue where they were taking on those survivalists in the woods really gave me some Metal Gear Solid 3 vibes with the action in there. You know, there's a part where the Turtles, they're like underwater in the river and only their shells are exposed and the guys are like walking on the shells. They don't realize that they're going up against the Ninja Turtles yet. Well, you know, great scenes like that can only happen in a book like this. And of course, the 3-part Return to New York story, great action, going up against the Shredders. That's right, you didn't mishear me. There's multiple Shredders. I won't spoil how Shredder comes back, but I thought it was pretty ingenious. I never would have thought of that. So I'm going to give props to Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Great stuff. And who knows? Maybe the Shredder will be back in the future. Also in this volume, we get some timeline clarifications. It's been 3 years since the Turtles first took on Shredder, and they've been out of New York for at least one of those 3 years. So make of that what you will. I was kind of wondering what the timeline was there, but now we know. So yeah, you might have noticed here when I was going through the recap that I was skipping issues, and that's because they skip issues in this volume. This is where we start to get the skips, and between volumes 3 and volumes 4, there's going to be like 30 issues missing. That's just the way it is. And the annotations in the book here, well, in the book they have annotations after every issue. They break down the panels and stuff and tell you what they were thinking and why they did what they did. And they talk about how they didn't realize at this time that this would be the last time they worked together as a team on the Turtles for like 30 issues until we get the City at War arc, which comprises, I should say, Volume 4 and 5 of the Ultimate Black and White Collection, and ultimately wrap up Volume 1 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, yeah, we're about to be skipping a lot. Hopefully it doesn't affect things too much. I mean, if they thought the other stuff was worth collecting, they would have collected it. And I know they have other collections like the Compendiums, the Ultimate Compendiums, where some of the missing issues are collected, but not all of them. I'm not even sure you can read all the issues if you wanted to at this point, because they're just out of print. But who knows? So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give this volume of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Ultimate Black and White Collection, a 3 out of 5. Return to New York was the highlight. There were some good standalone issues, but some of them were pretty weak. But I guess that's just the way things go here, right? Had a similar issues with Volume 2 with like the random issues. But who knows? City at War, final 2 volumes, supposedly pretty good. Haven't read it yet, but we'll see. Until next time, I'll see you there.